And hit record. Okay, we're live on Zoom and we're going live on Spreecast. Hello, treasure hunters! Whoa, check it out. We are doing this on 2 platforms. Can you hear me, Spreecast? Can you hear me, Zoom? I'm probably going to be focusing most of my attention on Zoom. Just, you know, I wonder actually, let me just switch these around. Whoa. Okay, that's better. I can actually see both screens now. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Let's try and get a good angle there and try and get a reasonable angle there. I think we've got this working. I think we're doing this. We have some Zoom going on here and we have Spreecast over here. Do we have, can everyone just say that sound's working okay, especially on Spreecast? Can you all hear me okay on Spreecast? I know you can hear me okay on Zoom. Let me pin my video there. Cool. Sorry, I got wet hair. I just got out the shower. That's why I was like, I was kind of rushing a bit, which is why I made it a bit late starting. Sorry about that, guys. Yay, Lisa says that you can hear me okay on Zoom. Let me open that up there. Cool. So how is everybody doing? Have you all had a good week? Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. I feel fat at that angle. I feel okay at that angle, not so much at that angle. Maybe I'll back away. There we go. How's that? And this is awful. This is like doing a selfie. I'm just like messing around with angles for a while. So far, Zoom is, Spree is jumpy, but Zoom is okay from what we're hearing. Okay. I know Isaac got in contact with Spreecast and got in a long technical debate with them about their technical capacities. So I just said, well, I'll do both and people can join whichever one they like and whichever one kind of suits them. The double mid twins, I have no idea who they are, but it sounds great. Okay, so there's actually a lot to talk about this week. A lot of things going on in Amazon, a lot of things going on in Facebook land, a lot of things going on in treasure hunting. I've got like a whole list of things I want to talk about today. So I haven't got a guest on, so you're just stuck. Well, I'm kind of like my own guest. Hey, I like it. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So I'm kind of my own guest today. Sorry, I really need coffee to deal with this. I'm looking at 2 chat windows. You know, actually, I probably could bring up the other chat. I'm not going to try it. It's too difficult. But I have 2 monitors going on. So I have 2 computers with different chat going on. So I might be peeking back and forth. But paying more attention to Zoom at the moment. So it's been a good week for everyone. I'm loving the videos in treasure hunting. You guys have been awesome. I know Jeff Clark has been making some cool videos. And I love what he does. He does the Sourcer's Apprentice. Get it? Sourcer's Apprentice. Are you here, Jeff? I don't know if Jeff Clark's here. I don't see him on Zoom. He might be over on Spreecast. Or he might be having a well-deserved rest. So Jeff Clark's videos, I'm loving his. I think that he always finds really cool stuff as well. So if you're into haul videos, Jeff Clark has done some great ones. And there's Tara. She posted one this morning. She had an awesome haul video. She got so much stuff. Thank you for posting your video, Tara. I really enjoyed it this morning. So really cool haul videos going on. Oh, Bob's been busy. He's been at yard sales, what's Bob saying, Friday night and today, spent a lot of money and found potential for buying out a store. That's pretty exciting. Wow. That's really, really cool. I found a pair of 44 cal black powder pistols that you've already flipped. Wait, is Bob like an arms dealer? This is one of those things that, like, being British, like, okay, if someone has anything resembling a gun in the UK, they'll like close the street, they'll close the town, they'll close like the entire country, and they'll have like the terrorist policing. And like, I come to America and it's like, yeah, I flipped a couple of guns this morning, a couple of pistols, it's cool. So this is one of these things where culturally I'm just like, what? But it's cool. And Bob knows what he's doing. So it's awesome. Coffee. So yeah, there's lots of really good things going on in treasure hunting. It's a really happy, fun reenactments with real guns. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so lots of happy, fun things going on in treasure hunting. So really happy about that. Yay. Guys, I don't know if anyone has Facebook groups, but if you have a Facebook group, do you notice that new people are dropping off a little bit, or is it just me? Because I don't know how you control that with Facebook, and I'm kind of looking into it. But it's like the amount of people joining Facebook groups seems to have tailed off very quickly, like overnight at one point. And it creeps back up, and I don't know what causes that. I'm kind of interested in whether it's to do with which groups Facebook's recommending people join or something else. Like, I thought maybe they were put off by my picture, but I don't know. I can see why, but it doesn't have my picture now. It has all the beautiful bolo people. So that's cool. I do have a conspiracy theory that Facebook is trying to push people away from groups and push them towards pages. And I do wonder if that's going on. It's really hard to find any information about Facebook, about what's actually, what Facebook are actually doing, how their algorithms work. It's all sort of top secret. So it's very difficult to find out a lot about marketing on Facebook. But if you can figure it out, it's very powerful. So Facebook's kind of fun to figure out. Wow, Bob sharing all the things he's done. Spent nearly $1,000 and offered to buy out a sports memorabilia store. Wow, that's so cool, Bob. I've got good vibes for you. I really hope that works out. That sounds like an awesome deal. So yeah, you're stuck with me this week. It's been a really good week for me. I did the Skycast, and that was really cool. So Blue Sky started. Did it start last week? I've so lost track of time. I launched Blue Sky with Isaac. My plan was kind of to turn it into a paid group. I'm kind of holding out maybe on that, like never say never, but for now it's free, and I think it's probably going to stay free for a while. So if you're worried that you're going to get into it and then it's going to go paid, don't let that stop you. Come and join and hang out, because I am really overwhelmed by Blue Sky and what's happening in there. I've already been inspired to do like 3 or 4 things from there myself. So it's pretty exciting. I might come back to that and talk a bit more about that in a bit, because I have a couple of really cool plans that I've developed from sort of reading the Blue Sky threads and participating in those. So I do want to share those kind of around self-publishing and private label and creating your own products. I did do the Skycast. If you follow me on YouTube, check it out. It was cool. I spent an hour talking about, oh, that's a blank one. I won't talk about that. About my coffee. Yay. And how I private labeled it, where I got it from, how much I spent on it, how much I'm selling it for, why I'm doing it, what it's about, answering some questions, even things about insurance. So if you're at all interested in private label, if it's anything you've kind of thought about, go and check out my YouTube and look up the Skycast, because it's cool. I'm kind of proud of that one. I think it was a good show. So definitely worth going and watching that. But yeah, I might come back and talk a little bit more about Blue Sky stuff at the end of the show if we have time, because I've got a few cool ideas from that. A couple of questions. Oh, Mary Ramsey says, Facebook dark posts have been good for me. Yes, I'm kind of interested in Facebook dark posts. I've done a few of those. So a Facebook dark post is when you set up a fan page for your product or for your brand or for yourself, and you post on the page. So you have Facebook groups and you have Facebook pages. They're different things. I have a treasure hunting group. I have a treasure hunting fan page. And on the fan page, that's what I use for advertising. So if I want to advertise, say, bundles or coffee, I might make a post about it on my fan page, not in the group, on the fan page, because you can boost those posts. And basically a boost means you pay money, you choose an audience, and you advertise to that audience. So whenever you see like a sponsored ad coming up for like coaches, Amazon people, courses, that's usually what's happening. They're posting on their Facebook page and boosting it so you guys all see it. And the reason they're called dark posts is often people will hide them from their timeline. So you can't see the actual posts unless they get delivered to you as an advert. And the benefit of them being dark is that you can have I can run like 5 different adverts tailored to different people and hide them all from the timeline so they don't spam all my friends, but so that they are delivered to the specific people I want to deliver them to. That might be a bit complicated. I try to keep it super simple, but I think I might actually do a Spreecast about Facebook dark posts and boosted posts and adverts if people are interested, because they do serve a lot of purposes. They're good for a lot of things, for your services, for coaching, for courses, for products. You can have them linked to your Amazon products, to your own website. They're pretty cool. So Darcy says, is it good to have a group and a fan page? Yes, it definitely is. I think so. Groups are good because you can interact and build a community. Fan pages are good because you can use them to advertise and kind of reach out. So yeah, I think you're right, Cindy. I think I will do a Zoomcast in detail. And I think I will, I think I'll do like a Skycast on Facebook dark posts. I think that would be cool. A lot of people are interested in Facebook marketing. I have found it works. I know it's controversial. Some people say it hasn't worked for them at all. I use it occasionally, and I've definitely noticed a boost in my... I've used it for bundles occasionally. I don't really like spamming my stuff with adverts, but I have done a few boosts for bundles, and I have noticed I get a few more signups when I run adverts. And I do think it can be very useful if you target your audience very, very carefully. But you have to be very specific in who you target. If you just kind of run general adverts, I think you'll lose money. And I see a lot of people running sponsored posts. And I'm like, oh, you don't want to be doing this. You really don't want to be doing this. You are losing money doing this. So there are ways to market on Facebook successfully, ways to market on Facebook not so successfully. So I think my next Skycast might be on Facebook marketing, because I've been thinking quite a lot about that and how to use it. Wow, I got totally sidetracked. I have so many other things to talk about, and I'm like, Facebook dark posts. Okay, so Amazon is an interesting place right now. Oh, by the way, if you want to join Blue Sky, it's Blue Sky. It's a Facebook group. Come and join it. It's free. It might not always be free, but at the moment it's free. So come and enjoy it, and don't worry, because guys, I'm not going to rip anyone off, and I don't think I have the heart to throw anyone out of my group. So although I said, oh, it's only going to be free till June the 1st, it's probably going to stay free, to be fair, for at least the immediate future. So come and enjoy it. Yes, I post announcements for Skycasts in the Blue Sky group. I might shout about them in treasure hunting too. They're free for everyone, but at the moment I'm focusing all the Blue Sky stuff, the marketing and private label stuff, in the Blue Sky group. Yay. Hey, I haven't done shout outs. Let's see who is here. So on Spreecast, hello Spreecast, we have Karina, Kimberly, Susie, David, Karen, Mary, Dawn, Angie, Diana, Joni, wow, loads of people, Christine, Lynn, Lisa Wilson, Janet Floyd, Maureen. Hi Maureen, how are you doing? She's one of the people in our new header in the Bolo gang. We have Connie Butler, we have Sidra, hi Sidra, we have Nancy, visitor, and in Zoom, I wonder how many people are on both. In Zoom, we have Jean, Melinda, Darcy. Art is in the house. Yeah, he along with Isaac was one of the people responsible for the evolution of stick figure Katharyne profile picture. Excuse me, which is just a masterpiece. We have Jeff Davidson and James, the Cali picker. Melinda, Carol Giambri. Oh, Carol. Wow, Carol actually made it. She's been out with her pregnant worms. Carol, I have never met anyone like you. You are an inspiration. And you have worms in your garden. And it kind of made me kind of nostalgic, the whole worm thing, because I thought about when I was little, and my grandpa used to do a lot of gardening. And it's funny because now I live in like Southern California, so we don't even have soil. We just have like sand and grid. But when I was like a little kid, we had like good British soil, and we had big fat earthworms all everywhere. And so Carol's post about the worms kind of reminded me of when I was little and we had big earthworms. I don't know where I was going with that. Cindy is here. Yay. Paula, Tara, J Pines Creations, Erin, Concept. I like Concept. That's kind of cool. I wish I was called Concept. Pam Martin, Bob is in the house. Sandy, Bill, Ramona, Dave, Diane, Susie, and Jessie. Oh my gosh. So, oh no. Oh, Bob says someone killed his pet black vulture. Oh no, Bob, I am so sorry to hear that. We're all rooting for your vulture. Oh, I'm very sad to hear that, Bob. I'm really sad if someone killed him. Oh. After 3 weeks of rehab. Oh, that sucks so much, Bob. I feel really bad for you. I'm so sorry. So Bob was rehabbing a black vulture he found, but that didn't have a very happy ending. So I'm sorry to hear that. So wow, I feel I want to talk about the vulture, but that's so sad. I don't have anything like happy or nice to say with that. But I'm very glad you provided a good care for him, and took a lot of care and love for that vulture for the time that he was alive. So thank you, Bob, for doing that. Wow, yeah, wow, yeah. Yeah, so he was endangered as well. So yeah, I hope if it was someone that did it, I hope they get caught. That sucks. Yeah, so it's been a funny week. It seems like there's been a lot of changes this week, a lot of announcements and a lot of new things just in the whole world of e-commerce. And some of them are, I think they're all good. I like change. The thing with Amazon and with e-commerce is that there's always going to be a lot of change. There's always going to be, nothing stays the same. And I see people panicking. And I always say, well, okay, if your well dries up, you've got to build your tools. You've got to like invest in yourself, have all the skills, like just grow your own skills. And those skills will be transferable. The skills you use to sell on one platform, you can take them to another platform. And you can dig yourself another well. So there's a lot of changes going on, but I think most of them are for the better. One of the changes that people have been talking about is the Google buy button. This one, I don't think that's anything too big or too, it's not particularly exciting. It's not particularly worrying for us, I don't think. So basically, Google have said that on their mobile platforms, they're going to put a buy button on certain like adverts for retailers, and you'll be able to buy their products straight from your phone. And people are kind of worried that this is going to take away from Amazon sales. I wouldn't worry. I don't think it is. And I especially think it's not going to worry arbitrage sellers who aren't selling like the big super popular brands. And I don't think it's going to cause any particular worry to people who have bundles, who have their own private label. It's no competition there. So I'm not too worried about this. And actually, I think it might turn out to be a really interesting thing if Google make it applicable to smaller sellers. Then we could have buy buttons on Google, and that would be pretty exciting. So that's a possibility. So don't worry about the Google buy button. I think it might be an interesting development. It's definitely something to watch. And I also think the more platforms we have available, the better. Because like Amazon is not guaranteed. We don't know that Amazon's always going to be available. We don't know that the categories we sell in, they could be closed tomorrow. They could be limited to wholesale buyers. They could be limited to big buyers. Brands get shut down. So don't stay too attached to one platform, one category, one product. Be aware that it's good to keep an eye on what other platforms are available, whether it's Facebook, eBay, Craigslist, your own platform, WordPress, but don't worry about Google. So that's one thing. So there were also a lot of things going on with Amazon this week. So the ones I wanted to talk about were Amazon Business, what that means. What's all this Amazon Business account? What's that about? So I'll talk about that. I want to talk about the pricing dashboard, and I want to talk about Amazon Handmade. So I'm going to go through all of those and just what are they? What does it mean for us? And I might also talk a little bit. I watched Cynthia Stein's show the other night with Scanner Monkey, and that was really interesting, about reinstatements. And we actually had quite a long discussion about it in the bundle group. So I do want to talk about that. So I'm going to try and talk about that as well. And I think that's quite a lot. So I'm hoping I won't overrun too much. But I do want to kind of tackle all of these things because I think they're really interesting. So pricing dashboard, the Amazon Business account, Handmade, and reinstatements. Let's go. Okay, so Amazon Business. What is all that about? And in fact, who has signed up to be a business seller? I did. Let's take a look at Amazon Business and talk about what it has for you as a seller and whether you should consider signing up for an Amazon Business account. I think it's really interesting. I think it's an opportunity. And at the moment, it's free. So there are some rumors that it might go to a fee-paying thing in the future, that you might have to pay a fee to sell to business buyers. I kind of doubt it. I don't know why Amazon would want to do that. It doesn't really make sense to me that the fees would be higher to sell to business users. But there are some rumors that might become a fee-paying thing. So let's look at why you might want to sell on a business account. Now, first of all, to get a business selling account, the metrics requirements are a little bit higher than for just selling on Amazon in general. I don't have them on my screen actually, but I know they're a bit higher. You've got to have better feedback, a better order defect rate, and I think there might be a minimum selling time. I don't have it up on my screen at the moment, but I know that the metric requirements are just a little bit tighter than just for having a regular Amazon selling account. And another thing I found out, if you have an older account, like the old accounts where you can withdraw your payouts every 24 hours, I've heard that those people aren't able to sign up at the moment for a business account, which kind of sucks. I'm sorry about that. Art's saying it might be a fee-based thing because businesses get free 2-day shipping. Okay. So that was where I was going to go with this, is that I think to understand the Amazon Business Seller account, you have to understand the Amazon Business Buyer account. And I know a lot of people have been confused because they've been saying, well, I'm getting all these emails about this. What do I do? Should I sign up? And you're getting 2 emails probably. You're probably getting emails to sign up as a seller and emails to sign up as a buyer. Now, let's look at what's in it. Oh, Bob says he did get it for the business account with the daily account. Cool. Well, that's good to know, Bob. I had someone else who tried to get one, and they called Amazon to find out why it was being denied, and they said it was because she was on the old platform. So good to know. Might be worth that person trying again if that's the case. Wow, information, cool. So what's in it for buyers? And I think if we look at why a buyer might want a business account, we'll kind of understand the benefits for sellers. So if you are a business and you sign up as a buyer for an Amazon Business account, first thing you get is you have the ability to add multiple users. So that's kind of cool. You can have several people in, oh, there's Caesar. Hi, Caesar. You have several people in your store or in your business or in your office, and they can all buy on Amazon. Cool. So that's one benefit as a buyer why you might want it. The other benefits are that you get the 2-day shipment free. You get free shipping on anything over $49. So it's kind of similar to Prime. And you can have products tailored for your business which is pretty cool. They'll advertise particular products that they think will suit you and your particular business. And the best bit is that you will receive discounted prices, or you will be offered discounted prices. So as a seller, it's kind of nice because your products are going to get a higher visibility for business buyers, and business buyers might be buying in bulk. And if you can offer a discount, that works as a promotion for your products. So if I have like 10 rolls of Scotch tape at a discount price, that means that a business buyer is more likely to see my Scotch tape and buy it from me because I'm offering a bulk discount. And it means for me, yay, I get a big sale of Scotch tape. Even though it was sold at a discount, it works well because I can afford that because I'm selling it in bulk. So this is really good if you're going to be selling in quantity as a seller. It's the business selling is a really cool thing if you're going to be selling in quantity. Another really cool bonus of signing up as a business seller is that if you are a woman, if you are a minority, a veteran, you're disabled, Amazon will be displaying that credential to buyers. And some buyers would prefer to buy from someone who's LGBT or a minority or a woman because they want to support those groups, or a veteran or disabled or whatever. Yay! So if you are fit into one of those categories, I can say I have a woman-owned business, and I might get more buyers because they're like, great, I would like to buy from another woman, or I would like to support a woman-run business. Also, you can show credentials if you are, if you've gone through like ISO credentials, if you have anything like that, if you have professional credentials, you can send those to Amazon and they will also display those to buyers. Hey, so if you are a professional business and have gone through certain certification processes, then Amazon will show that to your buyers. So there's actually quite a lot of good. So I don't know, if you're a straight white male, then it doesn't help you a lot. But you know, it's one of those things that's like, yay, this could help you, and it could give you a little bit more visibility, and it just acts as a little bit of promotion for you. So I've signed up for Amazon Business Selling. I'm pretty happy about that. Yay. I was trying to catch up with, I don't know. I was trying to read the chat and I give up. I'm going to drink my coffee. Hold on. Okay, so what else happened? So there's the pricing dashboard. Let me just bring this up because it's probably easier for me to look at it as I talk about it. So another thing that happened, and I don't think everyone's got it yet, but Amazon have a pricing dashboard, and that's just appeared on Seller Central. So it's kind of interesting. It says your price competitive. Oh, I hate that word. That's such a hard word. Price competitiveness. So mine apparently right now is 68%. Yay. So I feel this is somewhat useless, to be honest. It's just telling me how many of my listings with customer views are within 10% of the buy box price. So that's kind of interesting. It's only measuring it by listings that are getting customer views. So if you have products that no one's seen, those aren't going to be counted. You know, if you do quick flips, if you're all about fast turns, quick flips, this is probably really good for you. Yours is you're going to want yours as near 100% as you can get it. If you're all about the fast turns, the quick flips, you want to be competitive and you want to be in the buy box or near, and you want to be rotating through the buy box. And it's kind of interesting. They say within 10%. I wonder if they're telling us something about the buy box there, and kind of telling us that's where we need to be to rotate into the buy box so customers see us. So that's kind of interesting. If you are saving for quarter 4, if you're buying now, keeping your prices high for quarter 4, this is not helpful at all, because you're not going to be competitive on those listings. So, for example, the first thing it is complaining about, I have a calculator listed, and I want $48 for my calculator, and it says I should price it at $26. I don't want to price my calculator at $26. I want to wait out all the low ballers and sell it for $48 when I feel it's ready to sell. And actually, what they're not taking into account here is condition. So if you have that suggested lower price might be for an acceptable calculator that's not in a box, that's missing the paper, that's really tatty, whereas mine is in very good condition in the box. So yeah, Amazon, I don't want to price match that guy. So I'm not a big fan of this competitive pricing thing. I can see why they're doing it. And it's interesting because it does show you how Amazon are thinking. It's one of these things that's like an indicator to the Amazon brain, which is we want you to price your products low to sell in volume and sell a lot of them very quickly, which isn't necessarily what you want to do. You might want longer term holds. You might want Q4 holds. And if you're a bookseller with loads of long tail books, and I know I was talking with Bob in treasure hunting, and Bob said he's a bookseller. He has among other things, he's a bookseller and has a lot of long-term books. So it's like, this doesn't help us at all. I've got books that have sat there for 2 years. It's fine. They'll probably sell eventually. I might get sort of one day out of the blue, you get $40 or $50 for them. It costs pennies to keep them there, so it's better than a lottery ticket. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this competitive thing, but I do think treat it as an indicator. Yes, James is right. So you get your stuff out of our warehouse. I think that's kind of what they're saying. I think Amazon do want you to move product fast, which is why they have the long-term storage fees, and they just make it difficult to store large quantities of stuff out of their warehouse for a very long time. Yay, Larry's here. Hi, Larry. How are you doing? I'm always glad when Larry's here. Guys, just a heads up on, if you're on Spreecast, you can also come and join me on Zoom. I'm over on Zoom right now. So I'm on both platforms. The link for Zoom, if you're having any issues on Spreecast, is in treasure hunting. Zoomers, if you're fed up with Zoom, you can come and join me on Spreecast. Likewise, the link for Spreecast is also on Facebook on treasure hunting. Yay! Hey, I just saw something cool on Spreecast. There's a donate button up there. Yes, everyone should donate to me. Buy me a coffee. Yes. Wow, this is great. You can like solicit cups of coffee on Spreecast now. Do you see that? I've only just noticed that there's a donate button up there. You know, there's like a donate button on YouTube as well. I have like 5,000 followers on YouTube. Has anyone bought me a cup of coffee? No. It's cool. I don't need your coffee. I have coffee, so we're good. But yeah, that's funny. I just saw it up there. That there's a donate button. Donate to you or Spreecast? That's a good question. And what fees does Spreecast take? If Carol says she's going to send me food. Yeah, Carol, I saw your meatless meatballs. Those look like a force to be reckoned with. I know you said they were very, very, very hot and spicy. Okay, so where are we at? We talked about pricing. Wow, we're doing well. We talked about pricing and the pricing dashboard. So if you don't see it yet, that's probably going to appear on your Seller Central in between inventory and orders. And you know, it's funny, after I saw this, I started doing a bit of repricing. And I repriced my, I have an inflatable, a Christmas inflatable, and Amazon will not let me sell it. Oh, hey, Isaac, if you're watching, can you come and use your password? Because I don't know how to get into your, oh wait, maybe I do. Okay, I don't know Isaac's password and his computer's shut down. So I don't know if Spreecast can still see me okay. Let me just message Isaac. My coffee isn't out of stock, Jesse. I still have a bit of coffee. In fact, I have a coffee right here. So I'm still selling coffee. It's at Katharyne.com/coffee. I'm just messaging Isaac. There we go. Come here. He's going to be scared now. He's going to be like, oh no, why? What have I done? Okay, you can still see me on Spree. Okay, so I can't log into the computer, but the computer can still see me. Okay. Yeah, I'm sending in a few, I've got a few bags of coffee to send out to people next week. So yes, you are, I can send you some, Jesse. James is telling a story. My buddy just bought a pregnant pig due in October. Can you say bacon? Her name is Kevin. Isaac, I can't log into your computer.
Oh.
It shut me out. I don't know your password.
Sure.
Hey, it's Isaac, everybody.
Hello.
Wow.
This is my arm.
I know. I'm like wedged by your arm. No, come and wave to the good people. There's Isaac. He's very sweet. Thank you for logging me in, Isaac. I'll keep wiggling the mouse so that doesn't happen again. So you're not watching me, but you're on Facebook, I see. There's some customer loyalty there, Isaac. Okay, so we're back on track now. I can see. I know. I send him a message. I'm like, hey, Isaac, if you're watching this, come. And he's not watching me. But then I send him a message on Facebook. Yes, dear. Busted, says Art. Okay, where are we at? We've done business. We've done pricing dashboard. Oh, handmade. Let's talk about Amazon handmade. Ooh, because this is kind of cool. So Amazon. Oh, I see what you're talking about, James. You said there's like a 10-15 second delay between the two platforms. Yeah, it's like, it'd be crazy. It'd be like if you're watching this one, but then like I got blown up in a huge explosion on this one. You'd be like, whoa, yay, the explosion hasn't. Oh, there we go. Damn, never mind.
Can you tell them about me contacting
I did. I said you emailed Spreecast and you contacted their tech support.
Engineers said, yeah, Zoom is probably better.
Isaac says that Spreecast engineers told him that Zoom is a better platform. I'm sorry, Jeff, if you are watching this. It's nothing to do with me. Isaac did it all off the benefit. Okay, come and tell us quickly, because I know you're dying to tell us. Come and tell us. Come and tell us quickly, because I don't know what you're talking about. Come and tell us quickly. All right, just come in here, but be quick, because I have stuff to talk about. Yeah. You're there and you're there.
I see.
You got to come in closer.
There's really nothing to say. Hi, everyone.
You wanted to talk about Spreecast.
Yeah. So we had issues with Spreecast last week, and we moved everything over to Zoom. So I contacted Spreecast to let them know that we had a better experience with Zoom, and I noticed that the connection was people were having issues watching Katharyne on their computers, but I was able to see her just fine on the iPhone. So I contacted Spreecast to let them know, hey, I think your servers are kind of jacked up, and I think they work better on the iPhone. And they came back and said that, yes, that is true, pretty much.
That's great. Wow. So now Spreecast are probably upset with me now, but hopefully they might, I don't know why this doesn't work very well. Carol says they should hire you.
Well,
I don't know if they can afford you, though.
Because they're using Flash, which is a media streaming server, so they're using the RTMP, and that is not as reliable, but yet on the iPhone, it is using the Apple real-life streaming connection, which is a much better platform. Okay, I'm done.
Wow, that was you see, guys, oh gosh, when I can't sleep at night, I'm like, talk technical to me, Isaac. Yes, don't write to Spreecast. It's fine. I don't want Isaac to go and work for Spreecast. He's got too much to do for me. He can't go and work for Spreecast. Okay, let's move onwards. Amazon handmade. So this was a big thing this week as well. And I am so excited to see this one. There was an announcement in the Wall Street Journal that said Amazon have contacted Etsy sellers. And that's really that's kind of funny that Amazon are doing that they've just gone straight to they've gone straight to Etsy sellers and said, hey, would you be interested in selling on Amazon? What categories do you sell in? Is it about jewelry? Is it about what categories do you sell in? And that's really interesting. So it looks like Amazon are going to be allowing you to sell handmade products. You can sell handmade products now. You can sell handmade products on FBA. But they're going to specifically target handmade sellers. So this is very interesting. We don't know when this is going to happen. We don't know what format it's going to take, whether you'll be able to FBA handcrafted things, whether you'll be able to make them to order. We don't know any of the details about this. And another thing that Engadget pointed out, they said fees might be a big issue. Because Etsy have pretty low fees. They take 20 cents for each item listed and 3.5% of the selling price. That's very low. Amazon generally, for most of their things they sell, fees are 12 to 45% per item with a $1 minimum per item sold. So anyone who sells on Amazon knows what the fees are like on Amazon. So that might be an issue for Etsy sellers. But on the other hand, and this is what I always say with Amazon, because Amazon is Amazon, you're going to get so many more sales if you sell on Amazon. And I don't have any reason to think that handmade would be any different. And James is saying the return policy. So I feel this is an argument that I've had many times about FBA. A lot of eBay sellers come to FBA and they go, what? How much are the fees on Amazon? What? What's their return policy? What? But then they go, oh yeah, there's like a huge amount of sellers. There's a huge amount of buyers on Amazon and the prices are generally higher and more competitive. So you can sit on something. In my experience, I've sat on something for months in eBay and it won't sell. And I'll send it into FBA and it will sell like the next week. And I've done that over and over and over again. So yeah, I know the return fees are, I know the return policy sucks. I know the fees suck. But at the same time, more buyers and faster sales. That's cool. Tara's saying, most handmade sellers on Etsy are very reasonable about returns, but vintage sales are different. That's interesting. So yeah, I find Etsy a very personable place. I've never sold on Etsy, but I have bought on Etsy, and I've had good experiences. So this is really interesting to see that Amazon are venturing into handmade. I think it's interesting for a few more reasons. As I say, you can sell handmade products on Amazon now. And people go, what? Handmade products? I would say there's two disclaimers with that. First of all, you have to buy a UPC for your product. If you've made something, if you've handmade it, you have to have a UPC for your product. Secondly, it needs to look professional and it needs to look uniform and it needs to look exactly like the picture. And this is where a lot of handmade sellers fall down. Like it's very difficult to make like a quilt that looks exactly the same every time. I know it's doable, it's possible, but it can be difficult when you're doing handmade products to have them completely uniform. But there's nothing to stop you selling handmade products on Amazon. The other issue you might come into is how you feel about liability and risk. And that's something, actually, if you're interested in talking about liability and risk, watch my Skycast and come and hang out in the Blue Sky group, because we've been talking about that a lot. And I think there's a lot of fear. I think there's a huge, huge amount of fear surrounding manufacturing your own products or private labeling your own products or branding your own products. And I don't think all that fear is entirely necessary. Because after all, people don't have all this fear when they're selling on Etsy or selling on eBay or selling used products or like, there is potentially fear in all aspects of online selling. So come and talk about it in Blue Sky. We've been going into that in detail, but I think it's very exciting that Amazon are encouraging handmade products. Yeah, there's some cool things going on with Blue Sky. I've got to share one of them. I am so excited about some of the publishing things I've been looking into. There's a thread in there about public domain. And I think Rebecca asked about public domain and whether anyone has any experience with selling public domain products. And public domain products, it's a little bit tricky to define the age of a public domain product, but they're basically really, really old books that no one has the rights, like no one owns now. So things like Shakespeare or Charles Dickens or whatever, public domain books, you can republish them if you like. Amazon does have some rules about how you republish public domain. But one thing that I think is really cool, if you put 10 illustrations in a public domain book, you can republish it as an illustrated edition. guess who's working with an artist right now to make a really, really cool illustrated version of a classic book? So I'm just saying there's some really, really interesting opportunities that are coming to light in Blue Sky that I didn't even think of before a week ago. So I'm kind of excited about just the whole world of creating your own product, creating your own treasure, private labels, self-publishing, just so many ways to go with this. Handmade products. James is saying mass-marketed art and handmade items. Yeah, there's just so many directions at the moment, and I'm really excited about it. Like I've jumped on a bunch of things myself in the last week. I've got quotes coming in from US manufacturers for things. I've got some samples coming from AliExpress. I'm trying to focus on US manufacturing, but I'm also kind of just poking around with the Chinese imports as well, just to sort of see how that works. But I'm kind of more excited about US manufacturing and US products. And I'm really excited about self-publishing. I think there's a big world of untapped things out there. And I think it's important to be aware of all the opportunities you have, especially as things change. And things have been changing a lot with like the gated categories. I know this week, if you haven't got ungated yet for groceries, health, beauty, I would try and do that as quickly as you can, because Amazon tightening up. I'm hearing now you need to buy 10 to 15 products for each receipt, and you need invoices. So if you buy in grocery now to get ungated, if you want to get ungated in grocery, it's now looking like 10 to 15 products from an online seller or a wholesaler. So Amazon are tightening up on things. So it's good to be aware of all the opportunities there are, bundles, private label. Keep growing, keep improving your skills, keep aware, keep your marketing skills sharp. And this is where I think we'll do a Skycast on Facebook marketing. But just keep everything sharp, keep growing your skills, keep growing your knowledge, your awareness. Be in the Facebook groups, watch all the sprees, the Zooms. Be aware of things. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't let it kill you. Don't be like, oh, I've got to do this and this and this and this. And don't be overwhelmed by numbers and big numbers and compare yourself to others. James has a lovely thing. James, what's your thing about comparing yourself to others? I love that one. You said, don't compare yourself to others because there will always be people greater than you and people lesser than you. So one makes you vain and one makes you, one makes you depressed and one makes you vain, something like that. But I think you had a lot of truth in that, James. So I like that one. When you see people sharing their numbers, sharing their figures, don't let it get to you. Be inspired, but never get depressed by it. Cool. Oh, I had one other thing I wanted to talk about. We've got time. This is cool. It's kind of fun just being me occasionally. I can talk about lots of things, especially when there are lots of things to talk about. So who saw the Spreecast? No, what was it? A Zoom. Who saw the Zoom with Cynthia Stein on Scanner Monkey last week? That was a really interesting one. She was talking about reinstatement and suspended accounts. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was awesome. I enjoyed watching it. You know, it's funny because this came up a couple of times this week. Someone on treasure hunting, I was helping them with their reinstatement, or I think I drafted 2 emails for people this week about reinstatements. I'm not an expert in this. I have never officially helped anyone get reinstated. But I've helped a lot with feedback, with dealing with seller performance, a lot of similar things. And a really good discussion came up in bundles about whether you should pay for reinstatement services, and whether it's worth it, whether you can do it yourself. And I thought this was a really cool discussion. So the first thing is you don't want to get suspended. That's like the key thing is don't get suspended. So obey all the rules, do what Amazon want you to do. But if you get a performance violation, a performance warning, take it super, super seriously. And I think this is the big mistake people make. If they receive a violation or a warning, they don't deal with it. And the same with feedback. If you receive a negative or a neutral feedback, deal with it. Get it removed. Get it removed one way or the other. That's really cool, Bob, that you're helping people. Yeah. So first thing, if you have a performance violation, performance warning, or a negative feedback, get it removed. Talk to Amazon about feedback, get it off your account. If Amazon won't remove it, work with this buyer, make them happy, get that buyer happy, like refund them, make whatever short-term sacrifice you have to do to make that buyer happy. And then, and only then, when the buyer is happy, can you suggest they remove the feedback. Never, ever, ever say, I will remove the feedback, or please remove the feedback and I will refund you. Never make it a threat, never make it a bribe, never make it dependent, but you can absolutely make your customer happy and then ask them to remove feedback. So remove feedback if you can. If you get a performance violation or a warning, deal with it. Absolutely deal with it as soon as it comes in. Check what Amazon is saying. Check what they've told you the problem is. Then make sure none of your other listings have the same problem. Go through all your listings and make sure that you don't have that problem repeating anywhere. And look out for any troubling listings that you might have. Cynthia talked about the robots. She said that what happens, you get a warning and then the robots come in and they look through your account and look for any trouble. So try and keep your account as clean as possible. That said, if you ever do get suspended, do you pay for reinstatement? And I think that's a really, really interesting question. And we had a really good discussion about it. And I think it's kind of like hiring a lawyer. Do you defend yourself or do you hire a lawyer? And I think if you go in with no knowledge, the average person, when they get a suspension, they go, what? I didn't even do anything. No. And boom, they've totally blown their appeal. So if you ever get suspended, don't reply straight away. Cool down and go and get advice. Talk to Bob, talk to me, talk to someone who knows what they're doing. You can also go to Amazon seller forums. And that's kind of a scary place. People are kind of blunt there and kind of harsh. But they also do look at suspension emails and reinstatement emails. But I don't know whether you have to spend $1,200 to get reinstated. And I like what Bob's saying. Contact him first. See, here's the problem. If you appeal, if you appeal and you put in a stupid appeal or a badly thought appeal or an emotional appeal, you've kind of blown your chance. So the minute you get suspended, talk to Bob, talk to me, talk to someone. Just don't just jump in there and respond. So just putting that out there. Hopefully it will never happen to any of you because you are all awesome treasure hunters and you all abide by the rules. But just be aware. Just be aware there's a lot of things out there. Cool. So, yes, get advice first. Good advice from Bob. So I just wanted to talk about that because I thought it was a really interesting discussion today, and I know a lot of people panic when it happens to them, if it happens to them, and hopefully it never will. And I want to thank Scanner Monkey for putting that out there because that was a really interesting Zoom. They have a lot of cool information. And people were asking about Scanner Monkey. Do I sign up for Scanner Monkey? I like their archives. I think they've done a lot of shows that have been really, really good. So I think you get a lot of money from watching those archive shows. I think there's a lot of value in those. And it's a fun group. They had me at the top. I won their contest and they had me at the top last week. So with my name at the top. So that was pretty funny. So a lot of Scanner Monkey fans in treasure hunting. Cool. Okay, well, I hope you have all had a really, really awesome week. Wow, we did pretty much an hour. It went pretty much okay. Spree behaved itself. Zoom behaved itself. And this is great because we have a recording we can put on YouTube. Awesome. So it's been a really fun show. I hope you all have a lovely week. It's been really fun talking to you all. Lots and lots of people here. Happy treasure hunting, everyone. Save the chat. I'm going to stop the recording now and end the Zoom and end the spree. Have a great week, everyone. Love you all. Happy treasure hunting.